Welcome back to the Arbitress YouTube channel. Today's class will be learning how to make this beautiful, cute high-low top. Okay, so this top is actually very beginner friendly because it does not, in fact, it does not really require. So you just need to hem your neckline and your armhole, and you are good to go. It's very simple and it's really cute. If this is what you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so to make this video, I'll be illustrating with this paper first because it's going to be quite big. So now the important measurements you need, this is a high-low blouse, so which means the front length measurement is lower than the back. So for the front, I want to use a measurement of 30 inches length of front. That's what I have as LF. And then for the back, I'm just adding 10 inches extra to that, and that's my length of back, and it's going to be 40 inches long. And then another important measurement you need is your center back measurement. Okay, so that's a measurement from your center back, which is here. Then you take your tape rule all through to your arm, then to your wrist. So that measurement there for me is 28 inches. So now the important measurement you need is the measurement that you're going to use to fold it on the horizontal line, which is your center back to your wrist, which is 28 inches. And then the measurement you are going to be using for the vertical measurement, which is the length of front and length of back. And then for this center back, for this horizontal folding, remember that we just took this measurement on one part of the body. We still have this other part of the body, which means this has to be on fold. So now if you are considering everything, this has to be 28 multiplied by 2, which is going to give you 56 inches. So you need to make sure that the fabric you are working with is going to be up to 56 inches horizontally, and then vertically it's so going to, because it's not going to have any shoulder seam here. But if you want it to also have a shoulder seam, you can cut your front and back separately. But for me, I'll be cutting my back and front the same, so I'm not going to be having any shoulder seam, which means my fabric also have to be at least 56 inches long horizontally, and then vertically like this it has to be 30 plus 40, because I'm cutting them together, it has to be 70 inches long. So now, because the fabric I'm working with is a silk fabric and it's just 60 inches, so now the length part is what I'm going to be using for this. So now let's assume this is going to be my fabric. So now my fabric is 60 inches in length, which is this from here to here is 60 inches, and then the width is going to be the yardage. So it can be 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, or as the case may be. In this case, I'm working with 70 inches. So now I need around 2 yards for this, because a yard is 36 inches, and 36 divided by 2 multiplied by 2 is going to give me around 72 inches. So I need around 2 yards for this. So which means I'm working with a fabric of 60 inches in length, and then all this space is going to be 2 yards. Okay, so now to fold the fabric, remember I said I'm cutting the front and back together, so I'm going to be folding it by the yardage. Remember, this is the 2 yard, so I'll fold my front. So now to fold my front, now the first thing you're going to measure from your 2 yards is the 30 inches for your front, with seam hem allowance at the hemline, so you can add 1 inch to that. So from here to here now, I'm going to measure 31 inches, my actual 30 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. So once I measure my 31 inches, I'm going to fold it like this. Okay, so once you fold it like this short part, you can see that this part is short. This short part is going to be my front, and then the long part now is going to be my back. So this is my high and this is my low, the one that goes down, that is low. So now the vertical part is taken care of, and then remember, this is the length of the fabric, which is 16 inches that we are working with, and what we need is just 56 inches. So now I'm going to take this now and fold it over into 2. So by the time I fold this over now, I have around 30 inches. So you can still maintain that now, or chop off the excess that you may have here that you're not going to need. Of course, this 28 inches is not static. You have to measure that on your client. So maybe the person you're working with may be 30 inches, so you just need this, or maybe the person you're working with is even shorter than this 28 inches. You just cut it as the case may be. But this is just me trying to illustrate to us the amounts of fabric we need, because before I bring in my fabric, because it's a silk fabric and it Okay, so my fabric is folded. I'm using this silk fabric, and then I folded it just exactly as I've explained it. So now this actually is 28 inches on fold. So by the time I open it up, it's going to be 56 inches. And then the length here for me, for the long one is, for the front is 30 inches, and then for the back is longer than the front. The back is actually 40 inches. Okay, so you can see what I have there. You can see where the front stops, and then the back just continues like that. So now the next thing is to work on this upper part now. So now for this upper part, you don't need too much measurement. It's actually a very simple blouse, and it's a requested blouse, so I just had to do this urgently. It's a very simple blouse. You don't need too much measurement, you don't need too much sewing. It's a beginner friendly blouse and very fast and simple to make. So now for my neckline, I'm going to be working with a bit wide neckline because this is not going to be having a zipper, of course. So I'm cutting the front and back neckline the same way with the same measurement, and then I'll be working with a neck width of maybe 4.5 inches or 5 inches. Okay, so I'm working with a neck width of 4.5 inches, and then the depth of my neckline is also going to be around 4 to 5 inches. So let's say I'm working with a neck depth of 4 inches. You don't want this to be too wide also, so that it doesn't keep fall, so that it will not keep falling off your shoulder, but at the same time it should be wide enough for your head to pass through it. So you can just start with something small. So if you notice that this is too wide for you, okay, so now I've connected my neckline. So for my shoulder, I'll be measuring 5 inches because I just want it at the tip of the shoulder. You can do 5 or 4 inches, but if you want it to fall off your shoulder a bit, you can do 6 inches. So 5 inches is fine for me. It's still going to fall a bit. So from my neck point here, I'm measuring 5 inches. Okay, or you can just use your actual shoulder measurement. Let's say your shoulder measurement is 8 inches. Now you have taken 3 inches off your shoulder measurement for your neckline. Okay, we've taken 4.5 inches. So now what we have left now is 8 inches. You can measure your 8 inches here, which is your actual shoulder measurement. But because I just want this a bit below my shoulder measurement, that was why I just did that. I added around 1.5 inches extra to it. So I'm maintaining what I have here. Okay, so now the next measurement you're going to be taking is your armhole measurement. So now this depends on how big you want it to be. Also, you can just extend it, or if you don't want it too big because it's going to be around the bicep area, you can measure your bicep measurement and just add few inches to it. So for me, the bicep measurement that I have here is around 14 inches. Okay, so and the 14 inches is not tight, I just took it very loosely. So 14 inches divided by 2 is going to give me 7 inches. So from where my shoulder point stops, I'm going to measure 7 inches for my armhole, which is here. So now after measuring the 7 inches here, now you can find the midpoints of that 7 inches. That's going to be 3.5, and then on the midpoints I'm going to come out by 1 inch. Okay, you can do 1.5 inches, and that's going to be the guide for me to draw my curve. So I'm drawing out my curve there, and that is about everything you need to do. So now you take your scissors and then you start to cut this out. So you cut out your neckline first. Okay, so this is my neckline, and then I'm cutting my neckline. Then the next what you're going to be cutting it now is this armhole curve that you drew here. So from here now, I'm going to cut out what I have here as my armhole curve, and then you are all done. So now the next thing to do now is to take your bias or whatever it is that you want to pipe this, and then use it to pipe around your sleeve opening area and then also your neckline. So now if we open up this blouse now, this is what we are going to be having. So this point here is our neckline. This is where the hem comes in. This is the shoulder area, and then this is where the hem comes in on the other part. So this is going to fall on the side so that your side is not going to be exposing. So what you have left here on your shoulder is going to fall off your side. So we'll take it to the mannequin so that I'll show us how we can style this. Okay, so once you hem it on the neckline and the armhole area, your blouse is ready. And then on the hemline, you can see how simple and fast it is to make this beautiful blouse. Okay, so now you can see the side. Like I said, once you stop it, the remaining parts you have on your shoulder is going to help you conceal the side of your blouse, so it's not going to be exposing your blouse. And again, you just need to measure this round armhole measurement. So if you don't want your sleeve opening to be this big, you can make it like this, but it's better for it to be big so that you can have something really free. So this is the low part of the blouse, which is the front, and you can see the back is longer. So this is the long part of the blouse, and this is the short part. And you can see our neckline is just cute. So you should just do a neckline that is enough for you to carry to enter the head of the person that is wearing it. So you can actually style your blouse like this. So you can leave it like this. See the handkerchief effect that it is giving us. You can style it like this, or you can just take the two tips of the front area like this, and then you tie it to give it another styling. So once you style it like this, you can see another effect that this is giving you. This is a really cute blouse. I can make it just to wear or for ready to wear purposes. I hope you enjoyed making this tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.